All right, welcome back to I'd Have a Beer. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's. 2025 is going to be our year. I hope everybody enjoyed their holidays. Holy shit, things fly by. Here we are, January 3rd. Christmas Eve happened. Christmas Day happened. New Year's Eve happened. And a lot of sports in between there and now. Mikey Bugatti, good to see you. I hope you had a great holiday. My liver is recovering. I'm trying to do dry January, but here we are on I'd Have a Beer, drinking a beer. So what the fuck do
California
I know?
dry. California
but Mikey
dry.
Bugatti,
Just
what's
weed
that?
and
What's California dry?
Beer.
Okay, got it. All right, yeah, and no better beer to kick it off than a heavy porter here on my dry January. Mikey Bugatti, a lot to cover, but give us the details.
Welcome back to the new year, but same old IHAB, where we're giving you the most important part of sports. We're jumping right in. We got to talk about the Eagles. We're going to talk about the Giants. We're talking about Vikings. We got Aaron Rodgers to talk about here. There's a brand new award show out there that we have to talk about. And we're jumping off of football, going into hockey about USA Juniors. And then Bugatti Bets is still back in the building. A lot of great things coming your way. But before we get into anything else, Manny Motts, for the first time this year, I'd have a beer.
I'd have a
now
beer.
You're probably thinking, oh, Mike, I thought you plan your beers out. So you have a nice beer. I do. I have a beer that I would drink at this game that's coming up this weekend, and it goes along with it that it means absolutely nothing to me, and that's why I have the Bud Light blue and white for your New York Football Giants this weekend. All right? That's why I have this.
Are you hinting on a win possibly for the New York Football Giants this
weekend?
weekend?
You to win. I want you to win. I'm rooting for you, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. But what do you got over there? What are you drinking over there?
Because my beers do matter for me, and I'm in a new location next to a spot that has endless opportunity of craft beers.
Wegmans.
Shout out Wegmans. I have the Edmonds Fitzgerald Great Lakes Porter, and if you don't know anything about the Edmonds Fitzgerald, it's named after the wreck of the Edmonds Fitzgerald, which is a song by Gordon Lightfoot that me and my buddy Nick jam out to. It's sick. Based on the true story of the shipwreck. Dope. Porterhouse is going to be tough here at 10:43 a.m.
And that's why we do it.
That's why we do it.
For the people.
Drop a like,
for the people.
Please.
All right, let's jump right in. Manny Motts, what is your lucky number? Everyone's got a lucky number. I got a lucky number. Your mom's got a lucky. What's your lucky number? 9. His lucky number is 9. Well, my lucky number is 13. So is the same for the Philadelphia Eagles. Here we are with 13 wins coming at the end of the year. And this is a trending number. In 2004, they had 13 wins. They go to the Super Bowl. In 2017, they had 13 wins. They win the Super Bowl. In 2022, they had 13 wins. They go to the Super Bowl. Now, here we are again. 13 wins. Do we go back to the Super Bowl? Or not? Or not. That's the thing. If we either go or we don't. I have a good feeling the Eagles go to the Super Bowl. We dominated the Cowboys as we should have. Saquon Barkley joins elite company with 2,000 yards rushing. Thank you for that, New York Giants. And now he has the opportunity to break the all-time rushing record. All he needs is 101 measly yards for him to break the record. And what do? They're going to sit him against the Giants. And I think defense about that. Good. And I think this is chess, not checkers. And I don't want to break a record and want you to win. I want the Giants to win. I hope you win. I hope you win this game. I hope the Raiders lose. I hope the Patriots lose. I hope the Jaguars lose. And you fall from the first pick to the 7th pick. I want you down and out for the next 4 years rather than get this one record broken in 1 year. And I think that's more important to the Eagles and Saquon than some record. Because he even said it too. He's like, I'm focused on something bigger. I'm focused on the Super Bowl. All right? That's what he's focused on. Saquon Barkley has just broken a record with the Eagles. He also has been, for the first time ever in his entire NFL career, an NFC East champion. He has never had that before. And he said, I didn't even know that they have these games where you get a shirt and a hat that say champions on it. That's fucking depressing. That's depressing. Okay. That he had to go get it in green and never had it in blue. This guy doesn't care about a record. He wants one thing, and it's the ring. Okay. So I'm happy that the Eagles are sitting him against your Giants. Well, how do you feel?
Well, unlike Mikey Bugatti, I'm not going to kick somebody when they're already down and just completely roast us when we've been roasted for 13 weeks. I was actually going to come out here and say, congratulations, you kicked the shit out of the Cowboys with like your third string quarterback. It was actually hysterical to watch. Yeah, Saquon Barkley, like you said, a few times, 100 yards, give or take, to break
like
the all-time record against the Giants. And what if Saquon, thankfully he's not, if Saquon was a spiteful guy, he probably would have told Nick Sirianni, fuck you, I'm playing in this game because I'm doing it to the Giants in the last game of the season after everything that happened.
I wish it was at Giants Stadium too.
I don't. I can't say I wish that was there. So, yeah, I'm not going to, we've been dead, since week 2. And Mikey Bugatti just wants to just keep throwing bodies on top of us here and just bury us. Yeah, so shout out to the Eagles. I actually agree finally with something that Nick Sirianni has said and done. Look at him. Probably smart to say, you know what? What's more important? Probably winning playoff games, not having Saquon Barkley just absolutely kick the shit out of the Giants one last time and break the all-time single-season rushing record against the team that traded you away for absolutely nothing. Did I get that all right? Yeah. So, yeah, Giants. Eagles, Eagles looking good. Even though, they had the little hiccup that we did not get to cover against Washington 2 weeks ago now, or whatever it was. So that was upsetting, but hey, good for Washington fans. Will they see Washington again?
Right now, it shows that way, but we might play the Packers this week. Has some chances from us, so I think we go play Packers, and the Commanders go play Vikings.
Is there a way? I want to touch on the Vikings, but is there a way that the Eagles get to play Baker Mayfield at some point?
I'm sorry, not never. If they beat the Lions, yeah. I don't want to play him again. I know.
I want you to play him because let me just tell you right now, you just said it. If they can beat the Lions and they roll in to play the Eagles again, boy.
It'll be hot. It'll be hot. It'll be a hot game. Wait, the only thing going for us in that game is we'd have it at home because they'd be the lower seed. But for some reason, they have our number, and it's very unfortunate. Good thing for us is they don't have a healthy team right now because their wide receivers are banged up. I don't want to see him again.
Sure.
I'm upset that he's in.
No, and probably, you're probably not going to see him. I mean, because the Lions, even when the Lions look like they were dead last week, they come out. And it's the Lions. They're having a great year. But let's go back to the Vikings before we get to the Giants.
Sam Darnold. I'm sorry, not Sam Darnold. Daniel Jones and the Vikings. Tell us about him.
Yeah, Daniel Jones. And I haven't seen him yet on the Vikings, but it's okay. I'm not upset about that. The Vikings. We talked about it on the last episode like 2 weeks ago, the episode before Christmas, how the Vikings might be the team of destiny.
That's your guys' team.
They just go out. That's the team. The Vikings.
They're the scariest team.
I like both. I like the Lions.
This is my favorite game of the week. Is the Vikings versus the Lions. I can't wait to watch it.
I don't know how I want that to play out. I think the Lions might just slightly edge out the Vikings for me, just because of
all the weapons
the Lions, and they've never had any success in the last 20 years, and the coach and everything, and our quarterback is not on that team, so probably like them just a little bit better. But that's gonna be the game to watch.
I hope the Vikings win number 1 seed.
Yeah. So a lot of positives with both of those teams, Vikings, Lions. Okay, negatives. Another NFC team. maybe not for long. They might actually be like relegated to like an XFL team at this point. The New York Football Giants.
What are you talking about? I watched that game. You guys, that game combined almost put up 100 points. Drew
What are you talking
Lock
about?
got Malik Neighbors to 1,000 yards. They ended the Colts season. He saved Brian Dable's job. He made it easier for the Bengals to make playoffs. And he also potentially lost you the number 1 pick in the draft. What are you talking about? This guy's great.
This guy's awesome. Did we find our guy?
He's just
Drew
been
Lock,
sitting
is
there.
he the guy?
He's just been sitting
Did
there.
we see the guy? Yeah. Is he the guy? So, all right, let's get some context here for this game. I am at this game. Manny Mons and some friends are at this game and company. We're at the entourage. We're rolling in strong. Our buddy got us all tickets at the beginning of the year when the Giants were 0-0. Probably should have tried to get these tickets in hindsight
in the
day
lot
before and save 100% of the price of the ticket. Yeah. Because we were 10, we had it was the nicest seats I've ever had at the Giants game before. We were 10 rows back. I could see right into Brian Dable's face and I was just flipping him off the whole time, just constantly. Yeah, it was cool as far as just like the atmosphere of where we were. When we ran back that kick, I'm like, are the Giants the best team? When's the last time we ran back a kick? It was like 10 years ago. When's the last time we scored 40-plus points at home? It was like 10 years ago. When's the last time we won a home game? First one this year. Mikey Bugatti and all the listeners out there, Giants fans in particular, if you want the Giants to have a winning season next year, you need to get Manny Mott's season tickets to the Giants because I am 4-0 when intending a Giants home game. I am 4-0. Okay? Did I think the Giants were going to win this game? Absolutely not. Shadur Sanders had like red and blue cleats in his locker prior to that game. I saw Colts fans we were tailgating. That was thought was going to be the best part of the game was the tailgate. I saw Colts fans going in. I said, big game for you guys today. Easy. I'm rooting for you guys. This is a layup. No problem. Our team hates us. They ain't going to win this game. But I was right about one thing. The team does hate us. And they said, fuck your draft pick. We're winning this game, and they're probably going to win this game against the Eagles too because the Eagles can probably play season ticket holders in this game, and it may be up to the kickers to determine the winner of that game. But, the Giants. So now instead of getting the first-round pick and the quarterback that everybody thought they were going to get, now we're sitting at like 4 with one more game to go, and the Giants are favored in that game against the Eagles because the Eagles – every starter is going to be in a tracksuit with sneakers on.
What's wrong? You don't want to get the 7th pick in the draft and get somebody's name you can't pronounce and it's a defensive end again?
Oh yeah, we're going to pick a tackle from Georgia who will start, and then there'll be death threats to him by the 5th game. No. So I was very upset and animated about the Giants and just this offensive juggernaut that they had in this game against the Colts, who needed to win that game.
I saw the score.
Dude, when we had 2 touchdowns going into halftime, I'm like, what are we doing? I'm like, we're going the wrong way, guys. So I was talking to an usher just in disbelief, and what he told me totally makes sense, and it just the outcome of the game proved that what he said makes total sense, and he might be onto something. The Giants, I'm not racist, but let me just tell you something that may be racist. The Giants appear that they will not be drafting a black quarterback in this upcoming draft. Did they realize that they could actually fall and grab one of these black quarterbacks and say, can't happen?
Let's win. Drop 4th. Have no opportunity to do so.
Can't happen. Yeah. This is what this usher was telling me. He's like, the Giants, as long as the ownership is the ownership and it's the New York Football Giants, will not be drafting a black quarterback, mark my words. And by the 3rd quarter of that game, what this gentleman was telling me looked to be very accurate. All of a sudden, we haven't scored 40 points all season. We score 40 points, and we haven't won a game all season at home. We win a game at home against a team that still had playoff hope if they won that game, and we come in and we look like the hungry dogs of New Jersey that should be maybe making a playoff push here with 2 games left. Incorrect. The only accurate thing about all that is what this usher told me, we will not be drafting a black quarterback in this upcoming
Billy
draft.
Madison when the girlfriend's on the field and she's like, the score is going to be 28-14. And like all this nonsense happens and he looks over at her. The water boy. The water boy. And they look over at her and she's like, I told you. That's you right now with the usher as they just put up 45 points against the Colts.
Yeah, the owner called each and every one of those players and said, this can't happen. You better catch that ball. You better block.
300 yards and 4 touchdowns. Get the fuck out of here.
Drew Lock had the best passing, the best quarterback rating in all of the NFL last week.
That's crazy. Malik Neighbors had a day.
Okay. So had a day. Our guy in fantasy football who was going to be the champion, our boy Jordan, lost because the other guy had Malik Neighbors and Jordan had the Colts defense who put up negative points against the Giants. How? We're talking about the Giants, the 2024 Giants here. The Giants that their quarterback, their franchise guy walked into the office and said, I want to be released. That Giants team comes out and has a day and totally shakes up the upcoming draft, and we'll see. I mean, we got one more game to play. Giants are favorited. Giants are going to win. Giants are going to get 7th round pick. The Giants are screwed probably in the draft, but to continue with the Giants and to kind of go back to the Vikings, it looks like it wouldn't be off the table for the Giants and Vikings to make another quarterback transaction here in the upcoming months and weeks of the offseason. There's some speculation that possibly J.J. McCarthy could be on the chopping block for the Giants after having both of his knees.
But do you want a broken QB who's yet to play?
No, I'd rather take Sam Darnold.
What do you mean?
Or Daniel Jones back.
He's your boy. Okay, listen. Drew Lock beat us last year in a come from behind win on what was he on the Seahawks or something? Yeah. The Seahawks. Okay, that's your guy.
Yeah.
That's your guy.
I remember.
Get rid of Daniel. Who else you got there? DeVito, and just go all in.
DeVito,
on Drew Lock.
We'll see, but I don't know. I think who are the Giants going to grab at 7? I don't know. They should probably trade with somebody and just try and get some picks.
I could see in some Giants likely circus fashion, if they had first round pick, they would trade it away for 3 second round picks in a row.
Well, if the usher is right, and he seems to be right, even if the Giants secured their first round pick, they probably would have traded that pick and said, nah, we don't want any of these guys.
Good. No dice. No dice here. Hunter Henry?
Nah. He's just not really a hard color.
No. Yeah.
Nah, that guy don't really look good in blue. Yeah. No good.
We need a running back.
No. No. We don't need we don't know. We got Singletary or something. Yeah, or something. Yeah, so that's the Giants. I'm going to end the horrible show with the Giants right here, right now. But
wait.
Another
before
horrible
we get to
show.
A question for you.
What's your question?
How do you feel at the beginning of the year? You had your prediction on how they do. How do you feel?
I mean, I was only
you had them at 9-8, right?
I'm only 8 games off.
Yeah, you're only
9 games off.
Yeah, well, if you're gonna win next week, I think you're gonna win next week.
You're gonna win.
Yeah, you're only 5 games off. Only
7 games. 5 games off.
Not bad.
Not bad. I mean, it's hard. It's a hard thing to do. 17 or 16 weeks, 17 weeks, a hard thing to do. So 5 games off, I'll take that. I'll consider that.
That's good. We're gonna have to dig back into an earlier episode to get to our actual prediction on that for you, and we'll give you a video on that for sure. Because I think I was pretty damn close in what I was saying. I think I might have said 13-3 because I think to myself that. In this last game, I was like, we're going to be resting our starters, and we're not going to play this game, and we're going to lose that game.
I think the only one you might have been – because I think you said, if I can recall correctly, that you would split with everybody except for the Giants.
I did.
In the
maybe, or did I think I might have said we take the Cowboys. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't remember.
Enough about this. You want to jump into a show? You want to jump into the show? The award show. The award show.
The award show, yeah. Tell us about the award show, Mikey.
Scrolling through social media, and I saw something that I thought was AI, something that I thought was fake, something that I thought was not real. I couldn't believe it. And this is the title. I don't agree with anything that goes on or is said in that show, but this is the title of the show. And it is I'm quoting the 2024 Cracker of the Year Award, hosted by your one and only Antonio Brown on his network that he claims to be the CTE ESPN. Just that right there. That's all you need to know.
Yeah.
CTE
CTE.
ESPN. And you're thinking to yourself, who are the nominees for the funniest cracker of the year award? Well, let me tell you. It's Pat McAfee, Theo Vaughn, Tom Brady, Kevin Hart, Shane Gillis, and Joe Biden. Those are your nominees. Those are your nominees.
Biden. Joe Biden's kind of
Cracker of the
funny.
Year award. Kevin Hart is black, so I'm not sure how he made it on the list. But Shane Gillis wins and comes on and accepts the award via live stream. And so much more nonsense happens on the show. I had to watch all 3 parts of it. You gotta, if you have time, get yourself on YouTube after you're watching us, split over to the Cracker of the Year awards. This is peak Antonio Brown. He needs to be on TV. He needs his own show.
Yeah, somebody's got to give this guy another shot.
Where would you put him?
Somebody, and I think the best opportunity to capitalize on the talented Antonio Brown is there's a new regime coming into office January 20th, and they need a press secretary that will address the media every day. And I think there's no better person to handle the media when Donald Trump is in office than Antonio Brown.
That would be unreal.
There's nothing you're going to say to Antonio Brown that's going to faze him, that he hasn't already experienced, been called, anything. He's the only man in history to take his clothes off during a game and walk off the field. Yeah, I think this guy is battle-tested and should be the next press secretary for the incoming president. I think he would just be outstanding, calling everybody crackers, giving media representatives made-up awards on the CTE ESPN network, plugging his own shit. Yeah, and he's on Twitter. Oh, he's online. Yeah, I think Antonio Brown for press secretary for this upcoming
What does it take to fund and start your own sports network TV show? Like, if he got his own camera crew to go on the field and just film the game, and he just announced the game, commentated,
he would probably, and this is me seriously answering your question, I think you would probably have to pitch it to like a Hulu or
YouTube TV,
like a YouTube, or he would probably have to do like, honestly, you probably have to start out like live streaming on YouTube.
Get enough viewers.
And then get some more viewerships like that. And then maybe he'll go to like a streaming platform.
Well, it's got to be YouTube, because the shit he would say is not going to be approved by anything else other than YouTube.
Right. Yeah. Probably a good point. Truth Social, maybe.
That's a good one. They don't have a Truth Social Plus yet on Roku.
No, but I think, believe it or not, Donald Trump actually had a rally in Pennsylvania. And
I did
see
that. I did see that. Yeah. Well, and what is he? Yeah. What is it that he's going to come on and say that people are like, oh yeah. Antonio Brown is a good point. Good point you made there. Good point you made.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he walked up to the podium and he said, "What's up?"
Yes.
"What's up, my crackers?" or something like. They started it with
good,
crackers.
And everyone's yes, I am a cracker. Yes. That's good.
Yeah,
that's a good thing to say.
Yeah. So, maybe we'll see Antonio Brown on his show somewhere coming to a television.
So. I will stream that service day and night in my house.
If it's between Joe Buck and Troy Aikman or Antonio Brown calling a Monday Night Football game, I'm tuning into the Antonio Brown podcast.
Give me the Cracker cast quick. Yeah. Okay, quick. Shit, that would be great. That'd be great.
Yep. That would be good. But, so shout out Antonio Brown. He's back and better than ever. Somebody that may not be back, but says they're better than ever.
I feel like he said this before.
I don't know how you could say that with a straight face, given how the last 2 seasons went.
Wild.
We're talking about Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets.
Aaron Rodgers to say that might have been my best year yet. What are you talking about? It obviously wasn't.
I don't know how you could say that when you won like 4 MVPs in a Super Bowl, but the 2 losing seasons, one that started and ended in 72 seconds and one that started and ended in an entire season, was the best year of his life. I don't know. His definition of good might be different than mine.
The headlines that I'm seeing about it, and it's like Aaron Rodgers might be doing something finally smart. Retire.
Poor Aaron Rodgers. I don't know if you got a chance to watch his documentary on Netflix,
Oh, okay.
Enigma or whatever it was called. Actually pretty interesting. I might actually like Aaron Rodgers a little bit more now. But as far as the quarterback on the Jets, I don't think it worked. I think we can confidently say it didn't work. I think maybe Father Time and that injury, it's not Aaron Rodgers like everybody thought he was going to be, the Aaron Rodgers on Green Bay. I don't think it worked. I think he made enemies with a lot of people. He got a head coach fired. He got some other people fired. He brought in all these players that he thought were going to help, and it didn't work. I think Garrett Wilson wants to look at possible trades to leave
I
the
think he
Jets
did anything
organization.
possible
I don't
except
know.
physically light the New York Jets locker room on fire. That's what he did over there.
Yeah. He almost went in and
Yeah.
sabotaged it from the inside. It made it even worse than the Jets were,
I think the
and they were
Packers
already
paid him
bad.
to do that.
Yeah. And the Jets, they did the Packers. I think the Packers got a fucking steal. They got a bunch of picks. The Jets had to pay him a shit ton of money. But whatever. I mean, whatever. The news, that's old news. But breaking news, I'm hearing it possibly that this upcoming weekend, the Jets Dolphins could be Aaron Rodgers' last
What a
game.
sad way to go for him. I hate seeing good QBs like that just
yeah.
go on to Tom Brady coming back to not even have a good year. You should have ended when you won the fucking Super Bowl. That was the perfect time. Perfect time.
I know that was stupid. Yeah.
Same with Drew Lock just retiring out of nowhere. I'm sorry, not Drew Lock. Drew Brees retiring out of nowhere for the Saints. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You just had a high the year before. Why didn't you retire then? Same with Peyton Manning. Kind of the same with Eli.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't imagine him going out like this. That's why I look at those headlines and I'm like, oh no, he's got to come back, whether it's with the Jets or somebody else. There was even speculation that, he would come play for the Giants one last season, but that wouldn't be any better for him.
Sign a one-day contract with the Packers, retire, and get out of here. That'd be the best idea for him. And then everyone would feel better, and then we get the new league of QBs taking over, and we go from there.
Seriously. Yeah, seriously. So who knows? I don't know. Maybe Aaron Rodgers has got to go to one of those darkness retreats for a few more days and figure out how he wants to handle this situation. But the current situation is no bueno in New York Jets football.
Dunzo.
So no good.
All right, I got one more thing on the docket here other than football. I always keep in touch with all sports around the league, whether it is USA sports or non-USA sports. And I've been watching some of the USA junior hockey team, okay? And they're playing against Germany in this game. And you can, of course, put any song you want for the goal horn. Most notably for the Blackhawks is that song, do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do, Chelsea Daggers. Everyone knows that song.
Yeah.
It's so notable.
Yep.
Now, if the Chicago Blackhawks scored 7 times, you're going to hear that song 7 times, okay? USA beat Germany 10-1, and their goal song was Freebird, exactly where the guitar riff starts every time. So these Germans are sitting there while they're playing Freebird, and they're just skating around with the sticks over their head. Think about how electric that would be. You're in a stadium with drunk Americans. We score 20 goals, and this song is nonstop. USA hockey's back. USA's hockey's back. I wish there was a game in the country so I could go to it.
And what a way to stick it to them with the all-time American classic Leonard Skinner Freebird that's 7 minutes long, and they scored 10 goals, so it plays 10 times. By the third time, they probably were like, we want to bomb the shit out of America.
Yeah. And I can imagine it's just some fat guy in the crowd who's like, oh, no, Freebird, and they're just keep playing it over and over and over.
100%. They only serve Budweiser in there. For the Americans, and just bald eagles are flying around.
Yeah, and people, it was electric. Electric.
That's got to be the most American thing ever.
After the 5th time, and they're winning 5-1. The players they're not celebrating anymore. They're just skating back to the other side, and America's in the crowd, like America, USA.
Yeah, that's it. I thought you were going to tell me they came out to that song, like America, fuck yeah. Just every
And then
time.
you wonder why everyone hates America. You wonder why we're hated. Okay.
Yeah. That might be a little
It's
bit too
those
much.
things where like it's that line that's like the European mind could never understand this type of thing that goes on in America. Like the Pop-Tart bowl, when the Pop-Tarts come out and they're like ripping the package off and they're like humping the air. It's like, what are we looking at?
Did you see the most recent Pop-Tart bowl? The Pop-Tart guy goes into the toaster slowly, like this dramatic thing. It was like this whole, like, this show. He's standing on it, and then he slowly lowered in the toaster, and then out pops like a freshly made life-size.
And they ate it. And
Pop-Tart.
then they ate it.
What? It's like how much that was. It's like this is what Americans spend their money on. It was like $5 billion to recreate that.
That's crazy for this guy just to be lowered in and then have a big Pop-Tart come out.
Yeah. I honestly, Pop-Tarts, the company, must be doing very well to be sponsoring a bowl game.
They're killing it. TGI Friday is going out of business, but Pop-Tarts are back, baby. They're back.
Pop-Tarts. Dude, are they a publicly traded company?
Yeah.
Because you should have gotten Pop-Tart stock like years ago. When you were eating
P-Tart, okay, go buy as much as you can.
Holy shit.
What is your favorite Pop-Tart flavor, actually?
I'm simple. I like the cinnamon.
Wrong.
Yeah. If you say s'mores, I'm ending the podcast right
now.
Wrong.
There's one Pop-Tart flavor, okay? It's the best Pop-Tart flavor because I got to say it correctly. I got to say it correctly. There's one, it's a limited edition one. I'm going to blow your mind. Do you know what it is?
Yeah. No, but how are you going to find the limited edition Pop-Tart?
The StockX. Here it is. It's a limited edition, the Spider-Man Spider-Berry one. Don't pretend like you've never had that one before. That was the one.
I don't know if I've had that
was the best Pop-Tart in the world of toaster pastries. Okay? That's the one. No, never s'mores. It's the worst one. And then another question.
Horrible one.
Did you heat it up?
That is horrible.
Or did you just eat it out of the package like an animal? Dang.
I think I just ate it out. I just raw dogged it. I just grabbed it and just fucking, yeah. Glizzy did. And speaking of glizzies,
I don't even want to get into it. You're going to get me heated.
You don't even need to comment on it. You don't need to comment on it, but we need to let the people know because if you were following our fantasy football league this year, the punishment for the loser was you had to eat 58 hot dogs in a week. That came out to about 8 or 9 a day. I'm not good in math, but it was more than what the human body should have per day. We have a loser. He is not with us on the podcast right now, so it is not Mikey Bugatti. He survived. Okay? He won the games that he needed to win to get out of there. We have a loser. His name is Kyle, but there is some drama. The loser, Kyle, he believes that there was some Russia collusion in our league, and he is protesting the challenge that he needs to do, or he will be kicked out of the league. We need to set a date, I think, on when he needs to provide us an answer on when he will be doing this, or if he will not be doing it. So then we need to know how we need to take action on possibly removing this person, or do we? What do we do? How do we resolve this? Because there needs to be some type of resolution here. Because I feel that if this just goes on deaf ears, no one's gonna say anything. There will be no follow up, and then there'll be some leakage, and then we'll ultimately either see no one eat glizzies or someone eat glizzies. We need to see the glizzies be eaten.
No comment. And no
Mikey
comment.
Bugatti has no comment on that because he has lawyers present. He doesn't want to say anything incriminating. This conversation is being recorded, and what like they say, any word you can say will be used against you in the court of law. If you can't afford an attorney, one will be appointed.
I do have a word that you can use against me and record and tell people. Mikey Bugatti's in the house, and this is the bet of the week that you're not going to want to miss. Don't blink on this one.
Later.
Okay? It's week 18. It's incentive week. Everyone's going to bet on all the incentives in the world. People making extra money. Not Mikey Bugatti. Mikey Bugatti's going to go against the wind because that's what Mikey Bugatti does. It's the QBs only. QBs only parlay. These QBs are going to score a touchdown this weekend. Kyler Murray, Jared Goff, Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels. It sounds too good to be true, but it kind of doesn't. Kyler Murray goes for a run. Bo Nix go for a run. Jaden Daniels likes to run. Jared Goff in a high-scoring game. This guy throws it to everyone and their mothers. I think he goes and gets one this time to take down the Vikings. Kyler Murray, Jared Goff, Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels. You give me $100 this week, you're going into the new year with $16,000 in your pocket. Over 4 guys to score a touchdown. That's an easy one. It's going to be the first call of the new year that you make, and you're calling the bank and you're telling them, put Mikey Bugatti on the phone. He's got something to tell you. QB only, 4-leg parlay, $100 of $16,000. Kyler Murray, Jared Goff, Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels. You heard it here first. The first bet of the new year. Call the bank. Call the bank.
Call the bank. And call Kyle and tell him
Kyler Murray.
You're on the clock. Kyle Murray. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get into beers here. Let's wrap this son of a gun up. Your review, Mike, should be very
I had
easy.
The Buddha Latte. Okay. The Buddha Latte. It's a Bud Light. I drank it because it's blue and white for the Giants. I am rooting for you, Giants. You can quote it, clip it, put it online. Go Big Blue. But we're back in the New York, whatever the fuck they play when you guys score.
Yeah, I know. They played that song 7 times
because they didn't get to play it all year. They're like, finally, it's on the track.
Dude, before they came out and scored 40 points, I got to interrupt you and just say, they came out to, what song did they come running out to the field on? And I was just like, you've got to be shitting me. They should be walking out with no music.
They're getting all amped up.
It was something, I forgot what it was. No, I know what it was. They came out to Enter the Sandman by Metallica. And I'm like, there's no way that the team that is 0-10 at home should be coming out to any Metallica music
fans
right
on
now.
Your feet.
No
way. 2024.
Yeah. Give it up. And there was just one guy. He was like, ugh. And everyone just turned around and slammed that guy. Yeah.
Give it up for your winless at home New York Giants.
They're like, give it up for your 100th season, your New York Football Giants. And then it was just like one guy. He's like, let's go, Eli. And it was just some drunk guy, obviously.
Like, where's Eli?
He got taken out.
Why isn't Eli starting?
On a stretcher. Yeah. The amount of people on the escalator up into the stadium that were saying, yo, John Merrill, you should be paying me for this. It was awesome.
Shit.
Yeah. It was fantastic. Yeah. But
Buddha,
so beers,
Buddha Latte, blue and white for the Giants. It's the classic tailgating beer. It's the beer of football. You've seen them in all the commercials. They sponsor most of everything. Am I having this at dinner? If the dinner is a burger and French fry, am I having this at a tailgate? 100 of them. Give me 100 of them. Scale of 1 to 10. This is right in the middle. This is beer. When you think of beer, this is what you think of. 5. Bud Light 5. That's my beer review.
All right, Bud Light 5. I have something
nicer.
a little bit different. I have the Great Lakes Edmund Fitzgerald Porter. Sick. Got the boat on there. Got the Edmund Fitzgerald. I got some crazy waves. It's a porter. It's dark.
Talk me about it.
Not bad though. I got to be honest, not bad. Would I have it at dinner? Yeah, absolutely not having this at a tailgate. Not the vibe. Artwork, sick. For all those reasons, this is getting a 6.9.
Damn, she fine. Damn thing's fine.
Fine. Yes.
I like it. You heard it here first.
That's it.
6.9. All right, Manny Motts. I have
6.9.
One more question for you. I'm probably sure everyone's thinking to themselves, why are you wearing that fucking hat?
I just jumped off a train from the 1800s. Yes. I don't know.
You playing the greatest game
woke up
soon?
Still, yeah, I'm in the Great Gatsby. I woke up, didn't shower yet, had really
nice
bad
and
head.
that was the first viable option near your bed was that hat?
It was either this or
the hat with the little wheel on the top that you spin?
No, it was this one or the hat from the East that's clear and it's the fucking the Back to the Future
that hat right now.
That's
I want you to run and get that hat. That's the other option, and you chose this monkey smoking a cigar hat. That's the other option you picked.
This hat's got class, dude. What are you talking about? This might even be
Brooks Brothers.
It is.
That's a $500 hat right there. That's a $500 hat. That's crazy. The only hats that
established in 1818 makes sense.
That's when it was made. The only hats those that I think are all right are the Kangol hats, the kangaroo leather ones. And you gotta wear it backwards.
backwards.
You gotta wear it backwards, and you gotta be like Antonio Brown. That's the only time it'll look good.
I'm neither
thank
of
you
those
for
things,
answering that, because I know everyone's been watching it thinking, "Why the fuck is he wearing that?"
Yeah, and if you think I look good, slam that like button. If you think I don't look good, slam that like button. I'll go get a new hat.
1,000 likes, Manny Motts will live stream him buying a new hat. Anything but that.
Yeah.
Anything but that.
If we get 10,000 likes, I'll always wear this hat.
I'll glue it on my head. I'll glue this hat on my head.
Yeah. I'll start sleeping in it and showering.
Hat stays on, Marissa.
Hat stays on. Giants are 1-0 with this hat. Just kidding. I didn't wear this. No. Yeah. No way.
You start getting the crowd involved. You're like, listen, I've never seen them lose in this hat. You come back the next time, everyone's got that hat.
When people were wearing this to watch football games, the helmets were leather.
Yeah, and the commentators were like, touchdown happened.
By Schmitty Jones, and he wows the
9 yards passing.
Everybody talked like that. Yeah, wow, yeah, unbelievable. Smoke tobacco. Yeah, all right. Let's get the hell out of here.
The subliminal messaging in Family Guy, it's like smoke.
Yeah. That was it. Presented by smoking.
It's like a commercial for cereal. It's like, kid, go get the cereal for your kids. You're going to love smoke. And then it goes back into the commercial again.
Smoke.
Shit.
All right.
That's enough.
All right. Well, that wraps up the episode.
The final week.
We covered a lot.
The final week, baby. We're going to playoffs after this for some teams.
What? No, they're out. Never mind.
What do you mean?
The Giants.
What has to happen?
I'm like, I said, what has to happen? I was thinking, but I'm like, I can't finish that sentence. No way. What needs to happen is everybody needs to be on the same plane, and it needs to be shot out of the sky, and the Giants are just the only team that didn't travel.
In the NFC, this is the amount of teams that need to be dropped off the planet Earth for you to make playoffs. And I'm going to start from the bottom up, not from the top up. Now, hold on.
A lot of teams. Don't even waste your breath. It's like every team. Don't waste your breath. How many teams are there? 31? 32?
The Cowboys, the Cardinals, the Seahawks, the Packers, the Falcons, the Saints.
And shit.
And then you can make the bottom seat. And then.
All right. So we need to make 5
you
franchises
just have to take out 2 divisions
in
completely. And you guys are in. Oh. You're saying there's a chance.
All right. I'm not. Wait a minute. So I don't know. All right.
No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You guys have a point, like, the Eagles are, they got a .813 record. You guys have a .188. Pretty sick. Sounds like an area code.
Sick.
You look good last week.
We look good last week.
Call the bank. Have a good year. And we will see you next week on I'd Have a Beer.
I'd Have a Beer. Okay.